Okay, what
Yeah.
about now? Let me try the camera again. 1 sec. Can you see me? This is how much I love you. I'm literally in the middle of the ocean on my vacation, and you're the only person that I would ever take an interview for.
Dude, I love you so much for that. I want to make it very clear that I said, let them have vacation.
No, it's fine. For you, anything. Don't worry.
We're going to make this really short so that Joe can get back to his vacation.
His vacation?
And
No, we're good.
Oh, my God. Both of you guys are on vacation.
Yeah, I'm just on the balcony right now.
Andrew and Joe, I gotta say, this might be the most spread out interview I've ever done. Welcome back to America's Dance 30.
Thank you.
Where are you guys right now on vacation?
I'm in the middle of the ocean. I'm in the middle of the ocean in Sardinia, in Italy.
I'm in Mallorca on my balcony.
Oh my God. Well, first
I
of
don't
all,
even know how we have service right now. It's crazy.
I have
Yeah,
no
it's
idea
America.
either.
It's for
Yeah,
you.
it really is. I love you guys so much for taking the time. I'm going to make it very
Love
quick
you.
so that you guys can get back to your vacation. Thank you for taking the time when you're on vacation. Congratulations on another number one.
Woo!
We say in Italy, numero uno.
Numero uno.
Oh, no. It's actually the same thing in Spanish as well. So,
Whoa, look at the party there. Wow. Well, normally we would get to know you guys better, but we've already done that in the past. Of course, anybody could just search America's Dance 30 wherever they get their podcasts and get to know you guys better on past episodes of America's Dance 30, the podcast. But I got two questions for you. First of all
right.
How was this smash born with Two Friends and Bebe Rexha? And don't lie, because I've got Matt from Two Friends next, and I will fact check everything.
Uh-oh. Because it was a big fabricated story. So you got us there for a second, man.
Let me hear the fabricated story.
I mean, the fabricated story would simply be that we formed a super group with two friends called Four Friends. And
No, it's Four Luxuries.
Yeah, or Four Luxuries. Four Locos would honestly
Four
be the
Locos,
realistic.
yes!
That'd be the realistic name for it. We summoned BB via carrier pigeon to fly with us. And then we linked up and became the Avengers of dance music. We're still waiting for David Guetta to see if he wants to join. Haven't heard yet.
I love that fabricated story. Now, how about the real story of how the song was born?
Well, we've known the guys for quite some time. So I mean, like, we've been homies for a while, and we were talking about doing a song together. And then we got the song, and then we sent the record to BB, and then she literally sent us literally one pass of it, and we put it in the song, and it was perfection, literally perfection.
Stop. So the vocal in the song is the original that she cut?
Yeah.
One take Drake, baby.
Oh my God, she legit is the queen of dance music. That is amazing.
Yeah, the hardest part, in all honesty, was just finding a timeline where you have three different artists with release schedules, BB dropping an album, and then also having the success with Guetta and all this other stuff going on. Just finding a timing where it worked for all three of us, that was the hardest part. That took about 2 years.
Holy crap. So this is 2 years in the making?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite some time.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Now, my second question for you guys is, if you were to say to yourself, if only I could, what would be the thing that you would want to do?
If only I could eat some pasta right now.
Wait, aren't you in Italy right now?
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of the ocean.
There's no dropping Italian food in the ocean for you?
They send it on, I don't even know. It's like
DoorDash.
DoorDash.
So they have a boat. I just saw a video in Dubai of a water car literally dropping off someone's food.
Oh my God.
So it's real. Only in Dubai.
It is totally real. Andrew, what about you? If only I could, what would it be?
If only I could have a shot of espresso right now, because if there's one thing that's kicking my ass, it's European time zones, man. I'm never jet lagged, and I'm dying right now.
I could only imagine. Well, congratulations on this smash going #1. Really quickly, Joe, I got to tell you, I am so impressed with you because the picture that you posted from Brooklyn Mirage of Andrew on your shoulders, that is impressive.
I didn't even ask. He just randomly, literally just picked me up and went bang. It wasn't like a pre-planned thing. We didn't even discuss it. There was not even a look exchange. It was literally just suddenly I'm on this guy's shoulders with the best seats in the house.
All I know is next time you guys are in town, that is happening, Joe. You are putting me on your shoulders.
Yes, some Fink squats.
Yes.
I got you. Don't worry.
Joe, Andrew, Loud Luxury, thank you so much for taking time on your vacation. Congratulations on another #1.
Thank you, buddy.
Always appreciate it.
Numero uno.
Numero uno.
Hey!
Love you guys so much. Have an awesome rest of your days.
Thanks, Ryan. Have a good one.
Now, over to Matt from Two Friends. Matt, I know we're here to talk about If Only I, but I really wish that we could be talking about More Than Yesterday, too, because in my opinion, that is such an underrated smash.
Thank you. Yeah, no, you guys are supporting both. We're like looking at both of the charts fighting each other, which is amazing. More Than Yesterday came out in May, and then we followed up with If Only I in June. So it's definitely been a summer of great music. Like we've been super pumped. And honestly, we had our tour starting right when we put out the first one. So the whole tour we were playing both. And now it's like the best moment of each show.
This is one of those situations where, you know, too much music gets out. And I really wish that More Than Yesterday could have its moment because it really is like a song of the summer.
Yeah, honestly, we love that song. Russell Dickerson is the man. We were able to do it live with him in Chicago during our tour.
Oh, wow.
And I think, yeah, and honestly, he sounds like even better than the real song. Like he's just perfect always. And we're going to work on doing more with him. And then with Bebe, we premiered it at Coachella with her. And we actually have a surprise this weekend. We're playing in LA and Bebe might or might not be there doing it with us. So we'll see.
That's so awesome. Well, we're going to talk all about the smash coming up. But Matt from Two Friends, welcome to America's Dance 30 for the first time.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on If Only I going #1. Was this your guys' first #1?
I think it is. We've gotten close a couple times, but here we are finally.
Cross the finish line. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. And Eli would be here celebrating with me, but he is in the rainforests of Peru right now.
You know, that is not an excuse. We were just talking to Joe, who is in the middle of an ocean in Italy. So, no, I'm kidding.
He got that satellite phone internet or something.
In fact, he was holding a brick, one of those old brick phones.
Yeah. I'm not surprised because I haven't even been able to get in touch with Eli for like 24 hours. So I hope he's alive.
Well, we're going to talk all about this smash coming up, but let's get to know you a little better first with Finky's Firsts.
All right.
Now, I know that you got into music as a kid, and you and Eli got together in 7th grade, right? And formed Two Friends in high school?
Yeah, so we were middle school friends first, middle school and high school, and then 12th grade, we were doing music separately, not necessarily production or DJ stuff, but, you know, our own paths. And then as we were graduating high school, we were like, maybe let's learn how to produce music and become DJs. Didn't even know what that meant. Like, you know, all we knew was like Avicii, Tiesto. We're just like, let's figure out what the hell this is. And, you know, many years later, here we are. But, you know, we split up for college. We stayed super diligent. We basically treated it like a full-time job throughout college, even though we didn't go to college together. And then after college, we were just at a point where, you know, we got to take a swing and move back to LA and do this full-time.
I love that. Well, I love finding out the origin story of artists. Before all of that, was music what you first wanted to get into, or was there something else you wanted to be when you grew up?
I mean, I always was into music. Like I was playing guitar. I was like the worst person in our choir. Like, you know, I was involved. I would say my first dream was probably to be like a professional baseball player or something. And then as soon as I was getting the inkling that that's not going to happen, I was like, I got to pivot real fast.
So what happened? Was there a position that you weren't good at?
No, I was good, but I realized, in 12th grade, I was like, I'm not going to college for baseball, so I don't think I'm going to make the majors. So that's a big jump from high school, no college baseball. So I was like, all right, I need to dive in deeper into another passion.
Well, I got to say, you did an awesome job pivoting. It was a great choice.
Thank you.
Now, you guys actually started out making hip-hop beats for other artists. Do you remember the first actual song that you produced?
So we started, I think initially we were like, all right, let's get into dance music. And then we just first of all, it was a little bit harder back then, just certain DAWs and the stuff were just not as user friendly. So we're just having trouble getting the sound right. So we're like, all right, let's do hip hop beats, which obviously they can be super complex or you can make them super simple. So we started doing sampling, a lot of taking songs or instrumentals. So the first beat we made that became a song for some college rapper was if you know that song Daylight by Matt and Kim, dun,
Yeah.
dun, da, 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 da. So we sampled that into a hip hop beat. It was actually pretty dope. It wasn't all there. If I listen back, I'm like, this is only okay. But the concept was there. The legs were there. So that was the first thing ever.
And what about the first song that you guys produced in EDM?
I think we made a bunch of remixes. I'm trying to think what actually got released. My instinct is most of it is not on the internet today.
Probably for good reason.
Either it never made it up or we took it down, but we dabbled in a lot. We dabbled in we made a couple dubstep remixes. They were really not good. We made we definitely tried a Taylor Swift remix that never came out. We tried a lot of stuff, but honestly, I think that was our learning, our blocks to get to the first time we released something and we're like, this is better. And then if you look back 5 years, you're like, same with that Daylight beat. It's all right, the concept is there and you just are improving on the technical side.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. I mean, that totally makes sense. Now, as two friends now, do you guys still have any contact with any of the rappers from high school that you produced stuff for?
I think maybe very minimally, maybe a Twitter DM every 5 years or something. I feel like a couple have hit us up, but we're definitely not in their space. They're probably older with kids now. I don't even know, so they're not invited to the family barbecue.
And none of them have made it to superstardom? None of them are Jay-Z or anything?
I don't think anyone that used our beats are huge no. Unfortunately,
Not that it was you guys.
Yeah, that would make for a great story.
Now, it's very obvious where the name Two Friends came from with you guys being friends for so long, but was that the first name you guys were going to go with?
I really wish I had this piece of paper because I vividly remember it. We were in a class, senior year of high school, and we it was some class that was a requirement and you didn't really have to pay attention. Everyone had to take it. It wasn't an academic class, more of a life class. So we're just in the back row for a week and we're just brainstorming names. If we had this paper, this would be so epic. But I literally remember just making sounds and offshoots of Avicii, Machuchi, Avali, Tayasta, all these names of these DJs and how do you get their names? And we're just this feels so forced. So we just were you know what? Two Friends kind of has a vibe. And back then it was the Two Friends. So we're all right, and you know what? We're not fooling anyone. We are the Two Friends. So that's how it came about. A lot of cringy names that almost came into existence.
And when did you drop the?
I think we dropped it. It was after the Facebook movie came out. So that was definitely an influence. I'm trying to think, probably maybe 7 years ago.
Now, back in 2017, the Chainsmokers actually named you guys as one of the most underrated artists. Who would be the first artist right now that you would say is underrated?
That's a good question. First of all, there's so many artists that are underrated, and it's also like, honestly, every year it gets more saturated in a good way, in the sense there's so much good music out there. I don't want to like miss someone that I've been listening to a bunch, that I think definitely has throughout the years has like had a cool style, and has some really cool stuff that I've been hearing lately is Bunt. He like has, it's like
Clouds was amazing.
Yeah, and like he has that like stutter house vibe, and he also has, like the country house vibe from before, and both were like just super dope. So he's really cool. There's so many artists. I would have to go through my Spotify right now, but he's one of them for sure that I'm like, damn, nice.
I mean, you mentioned how oversaturated everything is. That goes back to More Than Yesterday. I mean, it's so hard for good songs to peek through now.
Totally. And we're like, luckily, we have a platform, and like we're playing shows and stuff. So like we can like see the fruits of our labor, like when people learn the words at shows. But there's so much music that like is really good, and it's just hard. So that just, I guess it pushes people to just do something different when you can.
To stand out.
Yeah. But it's also stressful. People have to get creative on the marketing and put so much time into that, when they'd probably be rather focusing on the music.
Absolutely. Now, you guys had a massively successful Planet Two Friends tour. If there was a real Planet Two Friends, what would be the first thing you would want on it?
All right. So first of all, I'd want Eli to be found from the Peru. I would need him to, be the co-president there. Well, we're very into, we've been getting into pickleball, so we'd have a couple of those courts. I've been getting into golf. We'd have a nice golf course, maybe a 36-holer. What else? Definitely a sick venue, maybe an outdoor and an indoor vibe, maybe even like a late night, small, intimate club vibe. So we have a great complex there.
Like a Planet Two Friends Mirage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe like the MSG Sphere thing. We do one of those.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That would be the whole planet.
You know what? That could be the whole planet. I'm down with it.
That would be so awesome. Well, make sure to invite me. I'll get my passport ready.
Easy.
Do you even need a passport for Intergalactical?
Our borders are free and open.
Oh, yes. Great to hear. Now, finally, in honor of If Only I going number one, if you said to yourself, if only I could, what would be the first thing you would want to do?
Go to Disneyland.
You got a number one. You didn't win the Super Bowl here.
I know. I'm working on that. That was also one of the dreams, being in the NFL, because we're obsessed. Eli and I both obsessed with football, obsessed with fantasy football. You know what? Just enjoy the moment. It's been cool playing that song and like slowly see people like learn the words at shows. And it's even cooler, like, from radio, all the Shazams and all like the love on that side of things, which is dope because it's been a long journey.
Yeah, and let's talk about this journey. We were just talking to Loud Luxury about how the song came together, and they shared that it was like a 2-year process. How was this song born with all of you guys?
I mean, I'm surprised it ever came out because it was such a long process. I think the first time we got in the studio with them it honestly might have been 2 years and like a week to the day or something. And, it was a lot. It was a long process, but basically, there were some amazing writers we worked with. And then we got into the studio with Loud Luxury, worked on it with them. Then eventually we got Bebe involved, and that was a whole nother process. So we got that, then we had to go back in the studio with them. Then the writers and producers got it was just basically a lot of people cared about the song a lot. So it ended up as good as it can, but definitely ends up being a little more stressful. But we're so glad that it was, because the product ended up exactly how everyone wanted it.
Such an amazing song. Now, I should have done my due diligence before this interview, but I didn't. So I'll just throw that out there. But was there any writer that we would know? Like, for example, finding out that Georgia Koo has been a part of so many number ones. Was there anybody involved in this that we would know?
I mean, there's definitely a bunch of pop writers here. I'll go through the I'll go through the Spotify credits right now because I don't want to leave anyone out.
This is
You know,
your Grammy moment. Don't leave anybody out.
Exactly. I would never dream of it. Like some of the producers we worked with a bunch with Nick Henriques and Sean Frank, awesome dudes, both Canadian dudes. I don't know if we've actually worked with any of the writers, but some of them I know are big names. Like Michael Pollock's done some amazing pop writing, so we've always wanted to work with him. Siobhan Johnson. I mean, Bebe ended up rewriting parts and stuff, and she's obviously an iconic writer. Lauren Christie, Alden Hayne, who's like another big I think he goes by All Day, but like, yeah, great pop writer. So like we kind of had the best of both worlds, like dance world and pop world. And everyone just really wanted the song to come together as good as it can. So, you know, when you have a lot of cooks in the kitchen, sometimes it can be more stressful, but sometimes the product can also, you know, come together great.
Especially with the scheduling and trying to get it released. Now, was it, when you guys were putting it together, was Bebe the first person you were thinking of for it, or were there other artists?
So when we first got involved with it, Bebe was definitely at the top of the list because, so at that point we had recently signed with new managers and they also manage Bebe, and like we've been fans of Bebe forever. And obviously she has like some huge hits of her own, huge hits in the dance world, and she can like sing anything amazingly. So she was pretty much like the top of the list. So when it came together, that was pretty awesome.
That's so incredible to hear. Now, something I love to find out is how many different tweaked versions there are from when you start working on it to when it's finally put out. Do you remember what the final V was of If Only I?
It's not really a fair question because I know the final V numbers, but they were just decimal points. You know what I mean? The whole integer number was 23 or 24.
Oh my God.
But there was decimal points, you know, like 23, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you know, that means there was a lot of love and thought put into it.
Well, congratulations on it going number one. My final question for you is, what did Clarence ever do to you guys?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. That's between us and Clarence.
That was so epic. Matt, congratulations on If Only I going number one. Thank you so much for your time with us on America's Dance 30.
Thanks so much for the support. We appreciate it.